When will the Philly strike end? Who is at fault? Is it the union? Is it the mayor? Is it fair to the citizens of the city of Philadelphia? What should be the next move? Hello, this is Professor BJ here. Wanted to come and talk again about the Philly strikes. It is a very serious issue that's happening right now. Today is July 5th. The strike started July 1st, so that's 5 days into it. If you, like me, have seen it on the national news, it's been on social media, the trash is piling up everywhere. My heart goes out to the citizens who are directly impacted, but also for those that are not, that are indirectly impacted. Again, this is for education and training purposes only. I don't live in Philadelphia, but I have been concerned about the impact of this strike. I have worked in a union environment, have taught labor relations. I have a union background from an HR perspective. It saddens me that there has been no resolution. Again, it's still early in the process, and I've talked in previous videos about negotiating skills. Each party comes to the table with hopefully leverage, which equals power. In my opinion, professionally, right now, the workers have a lot of leverage. Again, I don't know the details of their collective bargaining agreement, if they're striking or they're still getting paid. Those details I don't know. But what I do know is they have come from a position of power, because guess what? These are three critical services to the city: sanitation workers, 911 operators, and the water department employees. Those are three critical life and death situations, public safety situations, very, very critical right now. Unlike other unions that we have seen in the past, with the teachers union, some other unions, automotive, strikes, teacher strikes. Yes, inconvenient, costly, but perhaps not a matter of life and death. With Philadelphia, it is getting worldwide attention. The mayor is under the microscope right now. Again, I've talked about leadership. You can go to some of my previous videos about leadership. Leadership. What does it mean to be a good leader? What does that look like? Do we hold our leaders accountable? Do we hold our leaders accountable? That's a question that we have to ask ourselves. Whether it's in state government, federal government, private sector, the federal level, what do we expect from our leaders? Are our leaders upholding the duties and responsibilities that have been bestowed upon them? In the political sense, it's elected. The citizens of the city of Philadelphia are tax-paying citizens for the most part. Not every citizen is tax-paying if you don't own a home, but perhaps sales tax. A portion of what you pay in your taxes is for public services: trash pickup, 911 services, water, clean water, safe water, water working. When you turn your tap, you want to make sure there's water that's going to come out that's not green, brown, gook, not working at all. When you call 911, you want to have someone else at the end of that phone because you're in a crisis situation. If you call 911 and there's no one there, what do? What should you do? Do you panic? Do you call a family member or friend and say, hey, I just called 911. This is my situation. As a taxpaying citizen, you should be able to depend on the services that you're paying for. That's why the situation in Philadelphia is so critical, because these are essential employees. Again, I've been following this since day one. Many of you have. Many of you have seen the coverage. Again, I don't live in Philadelphia. Again, this is for education and training purposes only. Those of you that are in Philadelphia, my heart goes out to you. I've seen the videos. Trash everywhere. Everywhere. In my opinion, it's going to cost the city 3 to 4 times more money to clean up after the dust settles. Once they come to an agreement, which they will have to at some point. In my opinion, it may include a third-party mediator, negotiator, higher level representative. The governor of the state may have to intervene. Again, it depends on what's in the union contract. But what I do know is that there needs to be some resolution, because lives are at stake. The public safety aspect. We're not even talking about the pests that are forming, that are building families along the streets and byways of the city. I've seen all those videos. As a citizen, if I lived there, I'd be horrified. I'm a germaphobe, so I would really have problems. I would probably not leave. Again, not to make light of it, but I would not leave my home until all that was cleaned up. I would, be calling in sick, working from home, whatever I had to do. Definitely not going out at night. Definitely not going out at night. But more seriously, and again, that's a real issue. That will happen. For most of the country, it's well into the 90s, if not feeling like 100 degrees. And we all know what that manifests when you have trash in the open. It's fair game for all wildlife. All wildlife, no matter what that is. I'm not going to say it on this video, but we know what that means. And that's not safe for our citizens in the city of Philadelphia, our brothers, our sisters. It is the city of brotherly love. But right now, I'm sure a lot of the citizens don't feel that way. There's a lot of pride in that city. There are a lot of people that are diehard. You can't talk bad about their city. That's a situation. So what my hope is that the union representative, the leadership of the union, the leadership of the city, the mayor, they can come together, if not a third party interceding, to get back to the table, get back to the bargaining, negotiating table, come to a resolution, something that when it's all said and done, each party walks away satisfied. And I talked about this, again, I'm a certified mediator. In negotiation, the goal is to each party come to the negotiating table with leverage. Leverage equals power. You walk away feeling that you may not have gotten everything that you wanted, but you're comfortable with the outcome. You're comfortable, you're satisfied. It's enough for you to say, okay, let's shake hands, let's sign these papers. What happens is when you're not satisfied, when you think that you're getting the short end of the deal, when it's a raw deal, when it's a bad deal, you walk away. And that's what's happened. And again, this is all public knowledge. The mayor has said herself that they sat down at the negotiating table, I think that night of or the night before, and that's why they went on the strike. Apparently, there have been some things going on prior to the strike starting in the first place. And that's generally speaking, that's why there's a need for a strike, because there's dissatisfaction with whatever part of the working environment, benefit, salary, job protection, whatever the union workers are asking, in this case, fair wages, to be able to live in the city in which they're required to work in. So again, there is responsibility on both sides. I talked in previous videos about, in lives, I go live almost every day, there's an interdependency between the employer and the employee. In this case, it's the city workers or the employees, the union workers, and then the mayor is the employer. At the end of the day, these are her employees. She's at the top of the food chain in terms of hierarchy, with all the other department heads leading down to the workers. But something has to be done. This cannot persist. It's a public safety hazard. It is a life and death hazard because these are essential employees. So again, my hope is that they can come to a resolution where both parties walk away and they can get back to the business of serving the city, get back to the business of cleaning up the city. Think about the cost of cleaning up this city at this point. We're only 5 days in, or they're only 5 days into the strike. It's only getting worse day by day. You look at the videos, you see the news coverage. This is worldwide because of the media attention. So leadership, step up. Union leadership, step up. Let's come to an agreement. Let's get this thing done. So, employees get back to work, and citizens, again, talk about leadership. Hold your leaders accountable. And you know what you have to do? You have to vote. Be a part of the political system to get what you want for your city, for your state, for your federal government. Until the next time, take care. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th. Have a great day.